same time as
Okay, bro. We got it, bro.
3, 2, 1.
Yo.
Behind the scenes, bro.
Behind the scenes. Okay.
Hello! Welcome back to episode 6 of the podcast club. I'm back. I know you missed me so much. I know.
I did.
I missed you too.
I missed you, Anna. I miss you. Not Dasha, bro.
Oh, who's here?
Oh my gosh. Oh hey. How are you, sir? How you doing?
I'm good.
Have you been sitting here the whole time?
The whole time.
The whole time? Wow.
You guys didn't see me? What are you trying to say?
Well, it's a little camouflaged.
A little camouflage? Right.
Yeah, welcome back to episode 6 of the podcast club. Reminder, a link to donate is in the description below to our GoFundMe. Always helpful for, food, drink, all that good stuff.
Spend some money. Yeah. So how you guys doing? Like, how you feeling right now?
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
You are
Yeah.
our guest, Alan.
Bro?
This is Alan, yeah.
It feels so different to be in front of the camera, Usually I'm behind the camera. I'm watching you guys.
Yeah, Alan's usually a part of this team, but on the other side of it all. So
behind the camera, how does it feel like to be in our shoes?
It feels like I feel great, I got big feet, but I'm able to fit your shoes, I think, a little bit. Yeah, it's great.
I just got it. Sorry.
But yeah, like it feels nice, usually there's a whole lot of pre-production. We're thinking about so much stuff. Today, I just sat down.
Sit down, relax.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Can I curse? Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Shit! Wow.
Fuck,
bleep,
shit.
bleep. Yeah.
It's fine. We're not high school.
So guys, I saw your show a few days ago.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, we had our technique and scene study
Final scene.
3 scene presentations.
3 minutes. It's third semester.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were doing our scenes with our classmates, or how do you call them?
Yeah, our peers.
How do you call it? You don't mess with those people, dude. Peers is crazy. But how did it feel? Like I saw you guys really pull out from your toolbox.
That we always talk about.
We're gonna talk about toolbox.
Yeah, it was great. Dasha played this kind of it was still Dasha. I felt like I still saw Dasha.
It's like a compliment.
But it was wow, she played this
cool
very
Dasha,
devious kind of character. I really loved it. You played a very energetic kind of funny character too, which is you too. In real life, when we talk and stuff, that's how you actually act.
Yeah, that's something that this whole semester we were focusing a lot on character work in that class. But a big part of character work is why is Ella playing this character? Why is Dasha playing that character that we get then? So that's why I think you see a lot of us in those aspects. And also our teacher, they pick out scenes that work to our strengths.
Right.
Yeah, I think everyone was casted so well.
Yeah,
and my scene partner was Jalen. Jalen is my classmate. And I think we both just nailed it. I can talk about you, but about my scene.
Yeah.
I think it was just a great combination of us. Because we were goofy, and it was a great scene to play around. And I think the conversation felt natural. So
it was crazy to hear Jalen do this accent. I don't know what the accent was for, but it was
slightly Italian.
It was slightly Italian, kind of old TV, America kind of. It was I've never seen I don't think I've ever seen Jalen put in a situation where he has to act dramatic, and that was my first time, and I was wow, I was surprised. You too, yours was very different. I don't think I've seen you act in that kind of role either.
I appreciate it. I had an interesting journey with that scene for sure. Lots of ups and downs with it. Just because finding the flow, it was interesting. So in the scene, there was the prop of a phone was really important. I was a stranger meeting up with another stranger, and the person on my phone was my boyfriend who was cheating on me. But it was really fun to play around with pacing, which is something that is so important to the way that jokes land, because all of these scenes were comedic that we did, and if you don't have the pacing right for a comedic scene, the jokes won't land.
It's crazy.
And so all of our jokes landed, and I was so happy for all of us. Yeah. And there was 2 other groups that went up with us, and all of it landed, and it was great.
Even the ringtone, you perfectly did that. It just came at the perfect time. It was
Thank
crazy.
you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks for coming out.
Your scene too was really crazy. You really had fun with your prop too. The little the fan. The fan. It was almost a Japanese kind of
Yeah, but it was Italian though.
It was Italian.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it gave me Japanese, like, ninja vibes, which is, like, I think it suits you.
Ninja
Wow.
vibes
Oh,
absolutely suits.
Well,
Dasha.
also, yeah, I think it's important to mention because you're a filmmaker. You're not an actor. You're
Yeah.
not even like theater director.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
yeah, interesting. Well, because you watch a lot of, I'm sure you critique film more than you critique theater.
Yeah, I mean, before I came to school, I used to just enjoy films. Now I always have, like, I'm always watching out for things in films, and I'm always asking, like, why did they do this? You know, it's very surgical how I watch films now. You know,
That's
it's
a
very
good
different.
way to put it, because you're dissecting it.
Exactly.
Parts of it.
Yeah, and when like a film is able to put me out of that surgical kind of perspective and like diving into the film, I really love it because I just become an audience member at that point.
Sure.
And it's really fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember last episode AJ said that it's really hard. Sometimes movies do not make you like a part of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to, I don't know, to follow sometimes because you're not feeling like you are like with them.
Exactly.
And watching scene presentation, how was it? Did you feel like
No, like
you were engaged?
like even though it was as much as you guys, I was like dived into the character. Like I didn't see Ella. I saw whatever character you guys were playing. I didn't see Dasha. I saw whatever characters you were playing.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you guys really did a good job. I'm not gonna shit anyone, but you guys were like,
Thank
you
you.
know.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and something I'm curious. What did you think about the transitions? Because I think that in theater, that's such a large part of like what can make or break it. Is it's like in between each of those scenes, you know, we have to move blocks around, and you can lose an audience's attention.
You know what's crazy?
Like that.
The fact you mentioned that the actual first one I saw with you with the vampire and the Dracula thing,
Yeah, I was. I just want to explain that I was doing a theater club at NYFA has had big production of Dracula, and I was playing Renfield. In this.
Yeah, you were playing Renfield, and when when I was watching that, like Dasha was playing her character while she was moving stuff, and I was like, oh shit, like it adds to it. Like she still had like the body movements and like body language of that character while she was moving it. I think it really keeps you in the theater thing, you know? You know, like a movie you could cut any time, but this is live.
This is live.
If you fuck up, like
Yeah.
people are gonna see you.
It prevents
you know?
a different set of challenges for sure. But it's also personally, you know, I grew up doing theater. This film is the new thing for me. Something about a live audience, it's immediate feedback, which is different from it. Like if you know, with film, you can go to the editing room and show it to a bunch of people to kind of get the what you need from it to have the best end result for the audience. But with theater, it's like, okay, you've done that prep, now you're right here, and it's immediate reaction from whether or not you're doing what you need to be doing.
So
it's
I gotta
fun.
ask you, how does it feel, you know, prepare for like a theater kind of act versus a film act for both of you, because you guys both do it.
You know what I think we should also. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna answer because it's interesting. But also, how do you prepare to like shoot something?
To shoot something.
Yeah.
Well, me, like I said, I'm very surgical in mine. I really feel like most of the stuff I've done, I've not had enough time. But for me, like in terms of character, let's talk about character because that's kind of something we both kind of prepare for. You know, like I write the script, and you guys take the script and kind of find a way to understand it in your way, right? The characters that we've written, and then we kind of, I feel like an actor and a director, the relationship is like building this character and trying to figure it out, you know, who the character is. Because even though the character is written, right, you have your perception of it and I have my perception of it. The goal is to kind of combine both of ours and make this like character that we put in this world, you know? And for me, it's like, it starts with the character spine. Like, what is that one thing, like that inner monologue that's like pushing the character's every decision and, you know, every movement and act, you know? Like, for example, if you've ever watched The Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort, like, he's such a, like, active character, but, you know, like, his kind of character spine is like, you know, I'm not gonna let anybody like stop me from doing what I'm doing, you know, and that drives everything. Even the fucking the scene almost in the middle towards the end where he's like, I'm not fucking leaving, you know, like even though it was so surprising to us and like fulfilling for us, like when he does that, it makes sense because that's what type of character he is. Like, he's shown out throughout the whole film before that point that he's not one person to let somebody, kind of stop
Walk
him from
over
doing.
him.
Yeah, he's not.
He's going to do what he wants to do.
He's gonna do what he wants to do.
Sure.
And
So that's interesting. So do you enjoy writing scripts?
it's a funny question. I actually don't. I don't, because I'm so surgical with it. I always feel like I
Sure.
have to change something. I'm always trying to find the perfect.
So you kind of let it
way.
turn into it as you're making it. It's not like this is the story. Because talking about characters so much, I've met some people who talk more about plot,
Right.
and it's like the characters fit into that. But
Yeah.
I'm hearing that you it's about the character's journey.
Yes.
And that journey might change as you continue to make.
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
film.
I mean, I feel like films are kind of like our expression of real life, and trying to make our stories in real life into something we could show to other people and have them experience the same thing. Like, we're putting our experiences in kind of a medium where everybody could also experience it,
And relate to bits of it.
and relate to
Sure,
it. So
sure.
for me, it's mostly about character. As much as there's plot, I want people to relate with the character. I love movies where Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite directors because some of the characters that he creates, objectively, they're terrible people. But when we watch these characters move along, we could understand and agree with them and
For their
why they do
choices.
things.
Yeah, because
So-
people, there's not one person that can say that they're a perfect person.
No, of course
No.
not. Of course
Yeah, and the scene that, just coming back to the scene that I just did, the Janice, so the scene that I was doing, it's from the play Italian-American Reconciliation, and
Great
Janice is, great play, by the way. Thank you, Diana, who showed us this play. She's our teacher for technical team study. Okay, and my character, Janice, she was very questionable throughout the whole play.
Right.
And not a lot of people liked her.
I didn't like her.
A lot of people hated her.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when you're doing a scene from the play, people do not know the whole story.
Exactly.
The thing is, my character killed someone's dog.
Oh.
So it's already, what kind of person it is, right?
Yeah.
It gives you the vibes. In the scene, I'm not talking about killing a dog. In the scene, we're talking about very deep, trauma and love trauma and man trauma and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's very interesting how the way you said that it's like a complex character. Like,
It
I have
is.
different sides, and
Exactly.
I can kill someone's dog. Unfortunately, it's
still
too
be-
much. But okay, talking about the play character,
Yeah.
I can kill someone's dog, but it's coming from the point because I was left behind so many times, and I was abandoned. No one saw me for who I actually am. So. It's like different sides, and I love that Martin Scorsese and other people like Cruella, this movie with Emma Stone that she did. I like that Disney starts making movie about villains because it's very important to see the world not only in black and white,
Right.
but also to see other colors. And I absolutely love that Diana gave us scenes where we can explore it.
I mean, yeah, that's what it makes a character three-dimensional. And it's funny because that just kind of brought me back to what you said about, playing different characters in your life. Like right now, you said you were playing podcast Ella versus this Ella.
There's a
versus this
podcast Ella, there's a going
Exactly.
to work Ella, there's
And
I'm at school Ella.
It
Yeah.
makes sense because, how you act or how you talk to your parents is different versus how you talk to your friends. It's like you don't know it, but you're playing two different characters, And I feel like everybody, what makes them unique is these characters they play, right? For what I understand, a character, right, is determined by, the choices they make in certain circumstances, right? And if you're in a circumstance, some people would never be free with your parents, right? That's a certain circumstance, right? And how they act versus towards your parents, can tell you something about that character,
Absolutely.
right?
Subliminal. So much of it is subliminal.
It's very subliminal,
Yeah.
right? It's a lot of subtext, and it's for example, people say that people that are very close with their mothers know how to treat girls, even though that's not completely true, but you could kind of
There's a
get
stereotype
that.
with that for a reason. It's
Yeah.
if you are close enough with your mother, then it's assumed that you respect women and so on and so
Exactly,
forth.
exactly.
Well,
so.
I believe in it.
I agree with it too.
It's also a very thin line between being a mama's boy and just have a good attitude towards women.
So
Sure.
I gotta ask you a question. This is like a
Okay.
bit off topic, but are you more of like a daddy's girl or a mommy's girl? I think I know your answer, but
Yeah.
I don't know yours.
I feel like my whole life I've been like changing
Oh wow.
positions. At some point, everyone was like, "Oh, you're daddy's girl." Growing up, of course, as a woman, I have more connection with my mom on a different level, which is understandable. But at the same time, I don't know. There is some things that I can talk only to my dad. There are some things that I can talk only to my mom, and I'm just so happy that I can be both.
So I got a question. Like,
Sure.
if some shit happens, like God forbid, but if some shit happens, like you got lost or like you killed somebody, who
You get
gonna call?
lost,
Who
or
do you call?
you kill somebody.
Yeah, who do you
I would
call?
call both.
You call both?
Yeah.
But who do you call first? Who's the
Who would
first
answer
person?
first? I don't know.
No,
I don't
but
know.
who do you call first? Who do you go on the phone and you're like,
I honestly, okay, Alan. I honestly don't think it's it's showing who you love or like who you trust.
it's not. It's not.
But the thing is, I don't know. Every time I would call like my mom, she would respond faster, usually than my dad. Actually, that's not true. I'm like making it up to make some sense. It's
Yeah.
not true. I don't know. Maybe I would just make a group call,
A group
like
call?
a chat call, yeah,
Right,
in like
right.
Telegram or shit like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
My answer is fairly simple.
Yeah.
Because I grew up actually having very equal love and appreciation towards both my parents. Then
Right.
some things happened with me and my father that we are no longer close. So I'd call my mom. My mom and I are extremely, extremely, extremely close. I also, though, I'm an only child, and my mom
Yeah, it's
is my mom's kind of like a sister mom for me, more than anything.
Yeah, I saw her
We're
last
like
time.
we're friends more than she is just my mom. So yeah.
Yeah.
How about
yeah.
yourself?
Me? I love my mom. She's great. But I feel like for guys, like there's certain situations where it's like, okay, let me call dad.
Yeah.
Sure.
He knows like he probably helped me get throughout this conversation, but probably my mom first. Like she's like my closest.
Sure.
friend.
And then to
Yeah.
bring this back to character.
Yeah.
So what you were kind of talking about how like the way in a movie someone interacts with their parents can or just in general it can tell a lot about who they are. I think so much of it comes down to like when you were growing up, the first couple years of your life.
Everything.
What was given to you and like how were you taught to see the world from a very young age, and that I think impacts people through their whole life. So like when we're doing character stuff, I think it's interesting to call back to that. Just because I was
You're so
thinking,
beautiful. I want your camera to see you.
I'm trying to look at you both this way. Now I'm just looking at you from the side. I know we have a new setup today, everybody. So we're
Yeah.
we're
What do you guys
figuring
think
it
of
out.
this setting? It's very different for me. Very different.
It's just different apartment.
Yeah, just different apartment is all.
I
But so just because I was thinking about this is kind of unrelated, or maybe, anyways. When we're breaking down a character, it's like there's so many different ways that you can start to break down a character, and thinking about the childhood aspect of it usually doesn't come like it's like if you're sitting down with your teacher and your teacher's like, okay, where did your character grow up? Then you can come up with answers for it. But it's like you're given this scene first, so it's like detective work. It's like, okay, what the answers to those questions are for me, the actor, and maybe the director to talk about, but like what the answers to those are influences what happens
Yeah.
in the scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's the same for us because when we do a character breakdown, we scene by scene we look at the objectives, like the overall objectives of each character,
Oh, objective.
and they're driven by all of these different factors, you know. And I think it all goes back to that character spot I was talking about, right? What's that one thing that
That's
monologue
driving them more than
that's
anything.
driving them?
So then
know?
I am curious, when you are writing a character, do you go that deep into it? Do you go
I
deep
do.
enough into?
I do.
Interesting. Talk more about that. I'm curious.
Before, I wish I could show you on my phone, but before I write a character, I try to do the whole backstory,
Wow.
the whole.
So you'll do backstory of a character before you write a scene with a character.
Yes, absolutely. Because it drives everything.
Interesting.
It drives everything. I wish I could show you on my phone. I have like literally.
Yeah, well, the way we're writing right now, given circumstances, it's our project with Ella wouldn't be like. We have an
Slowly
idea.
writing on. Yeah, we have an idea.
Like, look, this is the backstory before I wrote my script.
Wow.
It's just a whole backstory I wrote about my characters before I wrote.
Cool. Are you inspired by people in your life?
In my life, of course. I mean, who else would I be inspired? Like,
sure. Well, maybe some people are inspired by, I don't know, I guess larger figures, like, you know, biopics. I don't know. But some people are inspired by, like, larger figures.
For me, I think, okay, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, what was I going to say? Yeah, for me, what I try to do with a movie, right? Like I said, is like my experience, and I'm trying to kind of put it through this medium to have everybody else kind of experience it. And for me, it's like make this as realistic as possible, right? Because I want you to delve into the movie and just like it has to feel real. Like it has to feel like a situation that could actually happen. And in order to do that, you know, I feel like pulling from a primary source is kind of better than like a secondary source, you know? Like something I could pull from my life and my friends and my family would help me more than, you know, somebody else's version of you know, what they thought about a character. But yeah.
You know, you mentioned objective.
Yeah.
Am I saying
objective? Yeah.
Objective. Well, the thing is, I have my own opinion on it. I don't like objectives.
Same.
And on our first semester, we were taught that objective is one of the most important things. And I agree on some point. Sometimes one scene has a specific, very strong, clear objective. But overall, as we talked earlier, characters are complex. And if you're talking about like real life situations, right? I can say that right now I have one specific objective. I know what my super objective in general in like my life is, but usually my objective is changing from one to another.
Of course.
So same in this scene, I cannot play a scene with only one objective or like even two, because it's so many other things are going on deep down, and even like knowing the backstory of a character, your objective could change from one word. Or
no,
like
of course. I think with what you're saying, I really agree, because I think even in one scene, of course the objectives change. Like as you talk to somebody, they could say something that could throw you in a different, you know, direction. So yeah, of course your objectives change, but you know, when you are talking, like what you say and your dialogue is pushed by some objective. You know, you're either trying to get something for someone or like trying to back off from somebody or something. You know, so it can change, but you do have an objective.
There's a core of it. The reason that I have a hard time with objectives is the way you explain it is almost feels simple, which it should be. It's just a driving motive that pushes the character through. But it's such a simple thing that I've had explained to me by 100 different people that it's like someone taught me how to wash a dish once, and then someone else taught me how to wash a dish, and now 1,000 people have it. Now I don't know what the right way to wash a dish is. And like when you talk about objectives shifting, for me that reminds me of like actions. Like, okay, the tactics, the ways that I'm getting what I want are the things that's shifting, but what I want stays the same. And it's a hard thing to find though, because for me, like that's something that Ella knows, but my character, like how Ella right now, I don't know what my current objective is sitting here, but if someone were to be playing me right now, they would have to know it. But I don't know. Which is
also, yeah.
Yeah, it's not backwards, but it's a tough thing, because it's like you have to craft all this and then let it go.
Of course, yeah.
And that's the hardest part.
I think for you guys, the objectives only come in before you get into the scene.
It's like the very first thing we think of and we talk about with the director, and then it's just assumed for the rest of the process.
I think it just has to, I think for you guys, I'm not sure, I'm not an actor, but I would assume that for you guys, like, when you're breaking down a script, you have all of these little like information and stuff, right? That you guys have to put it together to get like kind of your perspective of this character, right? But when you're acting as this character, like you're not Ella trying to figure out this character.
Exactly.
Like it has to be built into you, you know?
Yeah.
It can't be something you're thinking of while you're doing the scene, right? So you're not thinking about objectives when you're doing the character, but you do know, like, before you enter the scene, like, this is what I'm trying to do, you know? So I do agree with you, but, you know, I say in coming from the pre-production side. You
Totally,
know,
which is
writing the character and like not being the character, but writing the
Writing the
character.
character.
You know, so yeah, I think that's really interesting.
I want to come back to the question that you asked earlier about like
Mhm.
preparing to the theater and to film.
Right.
I honestly,
I don't know.
I
don't have
honestly
the answer
think
to
it's well, the only thing that is different is just stage etiquette. It's the
Mhm.
way you, I don't know, is aware of the way you are aware of like camera and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
mics that are
Yes.
frustrating me right now.
Kaisar.
In theater, in the theater.
Okay, my fault. Yeah. All right.
There's something in my eye. the whole
End
thing.
scene. Okay. Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, that in the theater, the only thing that you have to be aware of all the time is just be open to the
Mhm.
audience. But even like now, LA is sitting here and
Yeah.
she
I'm
sometimes
trying
like
to.
it's hard
I'm trying
for her.
to cheat out. The word's
Yeah.
called cheating. So it's like if I'm sitting here,
You
I'm
don't
not
see
cheated
her
out. But like if
properly.
we were on stage right now, I would be sitting like this. I
Like
would be
this
doing
or like
this whole
yeah,
thing
yeah.
Wow.
this way, and I would probably speak out this way and only occasionally make eye
Wow.
contact with you.
Yeah.
But if this were to be a film scene, then I would be able to be looking at you straight on.
Right.
That's
Right.
why, like, for example, in my scene that you saw, I know the audience did not see, but like in my scene, I'm standing on the balcony, and my partner, my scene partner Jalen, he is like lower than me, and you could notice I was like talking like this all the time, and I was like explaining something
Yeah.
because audience has to see me.
Exactly,
There is
yeah.
nothing. There is no close-ups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about breaking down the script, it's basically
It's
the
pretty
same.
much the same.
It
I
is
agree.
the same. I don't even know why it would be different.
The difference is when it comes to
Like action,
blocking.
physical stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
blocking.
because
Blocking,
there's
yeah.
also
Yeah.
a huge thing in film continuity. I've realized acting is crazy. So like if this scene is happening and I have my arm here, and then I'm shot like this for the master shot, and then you come do my close up, I can't have this arm up. Has to be my left arm. So to like just be aware of like, or if I go at a certain line, then I have to do that at that same point
You
every
know,
single
you
time.
know what's very funny when you mentioned that? That just brought me back to something. So before I even went into movies, the whole story, but before I even went into movies, like I never thought about continuity. Like I never did, bro. Like way before, I didn't even think like we shot the same scene multiple times. It didn't even come to my head. You know, and it's so funny because like I was in class the first semester, right? And somebody asked this question, like, how do people get different angles, right? He asked this question, like everybody laughed and shit was funny, but like, bro, like I was
for
at a
real.
point where I was like, how do people get all these angles? Like I didn't know that they shot it multiple times, like, and yeah, it's a lesson of learn because it's like a lot of people outside our industry don't know
I had no
how
idea.
we do stuff. Yeah,
It takes what, like 12 hours to shoot 3 minutes? I had no idea.
And I did not want to do that.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and
I
you
don't
don't,
know
well,
what
and that's like also kudos to movies that make
Yeah.
you forget that there's all these different angles going on.
Yeah.
Because what's that one movie that we watched for film history where there's like 7 different shots of just her face?
Where she was
Oh,
burning?
Vertigo.
Where she was
Vertigo.
burning?
Vertigo.
No, I'm thinking of something else.
I don't know, but
Something
there's
else,
just like
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
this
something about
one
Vertigo.
shot where she's like walking down these steps and then
Oh.
it's like
Introducing character. Like,
yeah,
from
introducing character, and then there's like 7 different shots of like from her profile, front, on top, behind her, and it's like all happens like that, and like that
That was cool.
was a bunch of different setups that they had to do for each take, and it's wild to think about the amount of
I got a
angles.
question for you. What is like
Yeah.
a character that you've not played that you would like to get into?
I have an answer for this.
You do? Oh,
I
shit.
need to think.
Okay,
Yeah,
so for me, I need to learn how to just play the classic love interest.
The classic level.
I have been given quirky characters, funny characters, evil characters. I've been given side roles, like character-based roles, but I have played just like I have never really played just like the girl, the lead. Like I've never just played the normal girl that the guy's in love with. And that's something that I really need to work on because it's something that I would like to do. And just in general, the female lead of a movie has some sort of romance happen,
Yeah.
whether or not that's what the whole movie is about.
Right.
And so it's a very vulnerable thing for me that I've never done on stage. Actually, the scene that you saw me do was the first time that I've really played with intimacy at all. And that was just like baseline flirting with a stranger.
Right.
And doing that on stage.
Right.
So that's absolutely something that I need to learn how to do.
I think I got my answer because my biggest insecurity in real life is to look stupid, to be stupid, and especially coming to the US, talking in like not my language. For the first like month, I was so stressed about talking in English because I was so stressed talking in English because I know grammar. Like I was teaching kids English, but at some point I came here and you have like this language barrier. Like even now, I don't feel comfortable talking. So it's at the same time weird that I like created the whole podcast where I can sometimes talk, but I'm still coming to the point when I'm okay with me. So yeah, being stupid, looking stupid, and my characters, I always want them to be smart, even though when the script actually like says that your character is not actually smart. It's really hard for me to overcome this like trauma, fear, or like, of like whatever, of rejection as well. And I need to learn, I don't know if I need to, but I think it would be very beneficial and challenging for me to like learn how to create characters who are not as smart as I want them to.
But it's kind of, it's funny you say that because I feel like as an actor for characters and stuff, like even if like on the outside we say this person is dumb or this person is this or this person is that, like you playing the character, you're fighting for them. You don't think you're dumb.
Exactly.
You know, you're
fighting
fighting for them. Like you think you're trying to be normal.
Which is I think what both Dasha and I are somewhat touching on is like, okay, well, a lot of thoughts. Okay, back way earlier we were talking about this like the Martin Scorsese making characters that are well-rounded and maybe evil to the eye or something, but they're well-rounded. And anytime you approach a character, even if it's like you're the bad guy or you're the whatever, you have to not judge your character because you will never be able to play them truthfully.
Exactly.
So like for me, playing the kind of just whatever normal girl next door as Ella, I sometimes judge girl next door people.
Exactly.
So I have to not judge that character going in. You have to not judge
that
someone for being
because I'm
stupid.
judging myself. And the thing
and
is,
it's really hard.
And it feels like I'm so I have a lot of acceptance to everyone in this world. Like I know, like I love people and I'm ready to share love. The only person that I do judge the most of the time is myself, especially talking in English. Even in my language, it's just so hard to not look and not to, I don't know.
You
it just
gotta
again.
let go.
I would love to, and I'm on my path. You know, I'm on my journey. So yeah, I agree with you. I just need to stop being hard on myself first, and then like
the rest will come.
I mean, I think there's two sides to that. Talking about being hard on yourself, you know, being hard on yourself kind of keeps you up, and you know, not slack and be comfortable, which is good. But you also have to know when it's like, okay, I'm doing too much. You know, you just have to know that difference.
It's so hard to know that. Do you feel like you know that?
No,
because you're a hard worker. Like you're doing things all the time.
I don't know that difference. Like the reason I'm a hard worker is because I'm like, yo, like I need to stop slacking. You know, like that's me. I think everyone has an insecurity. You have to know what it is, and you just have to deal with it. You know.
Yeah, you were just shooting the concert.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
It's 12 a.m. today. I just went home. So yesterday, I got a call from my cousin. So my cousin, you know, works in the music industry and whatever. And he just called me. He's like, bro, like, do you want to go to the Baby concert? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, cool. Like, yo, do you have your camera with you? I was like, yeah. So I see this text, I'm like, holy shit. So, you know, get the camera or whatever. And then I sleep and I'm like, holy fucking shit, I'm going to the Baby concert. So obviously, like, I had to come to the city. Then the concert was in Westchester, right? So, bro, I was late, bro. Not gonna lie. I was late.
Happens.
I'm in the city. Concert is at 8. I'm in the city at like 6 something, right? Bro, I took a Uber all the way to Westchester, bro. $125 out of my pocket. Well, it's whatever. It's the Baby.
Worth
like
it.
It is what it is, right? I get there, and I meet my cousin. I'm early as shit. I was like, cool. So I get in there and I gotta act professional. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, these circumstances, I've done like other stuff out of school that where I'm shooting like a lot of artists and stuff, but you're not as big as the baby. But you gotta be professional in these certain circumstances. So I go in there, I get these backstage passes and shit, and I'm like inside me, like I'm excited as fuck, bro. Oh, like you see everybody in the crowd like behind these bars and shit, and you're just walking on the stage and shit. Yeah, so so I recorded some of the artists who was very dope, and then the baby comes, right, and I check my camera battery. 25%, 25%, bro, and I'm just like, bro, God, please, not today. Not today. And he's not even here yet. They just said he's next. He's not even here yet. And the DJ's like fronting stuff, but he was doing this stupid shit where he's over there. He's like, are you guys ready for the baby? And he's not even fucking here. So, like I shut it off. And, I was using Amit's camera, the Red Komodo, and it takes like 15 seconds to turn on. So if you shut it off, you have to be ready to wait that 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I turn it off, and I'm like, oh, let me just wait for him, right? So I get a little hint from the manager. He's like, okay, he's here, he's on his way, whatever. Okay, I'm like, whatever. So I'm in position, right? It's like behind this, so there's like the stage, right? There's a DJ in the middle of the stage. And on the left and the right, there's like entrances to the stage, right? So I'm in the back behind the curtain. So there's a stage, there's the curtain, and I'm behind the curtain waiting for him to come through this way, right? So I had the camera on just waiting for him to like show up, and he doesn't show up, and it's been 5 minutes. So I'm like, fuck, let me turn this shit off. So I turned it off, right? And I get another tip like, he's on his way, 5 minutes. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I turn it on, and it's taking 15 seconds. I'm like, holy shit, please turn on before he comes. So it turns on. I'm like, fuck, I'm ready. Boom, 5 minutes pass. He hasn't shown up, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I turn it off, and I checked the battery before that. I'm at 18%. I said, oh my God, please, just not today. So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go behind the curtain on the stage and just wait for it to come out. That's the best way. So I turn it back on one more time, right? And the DJ is like, are you ready for the baby? And there's this like tag that the baby has is like, I'm not the baby, I'm your baby. Some shit.
Baby, I'm you now.
Yeah, exactly, right? And he keeps on playing that.
Over and over.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, just come
playing
on.
the producer tag. And so you're like, okay.
Yeah, like he's playing like other songs. It's crazy. And he's like putting this tag on. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, what the fuck? So 5 minutes pass. I'm like, let me turn on this camera. Let me just thug it out, right? So I turn on the camera. 10 minutes pass, and he just walks up, and I'm like, fuck, finally. So he walks up, and he's coming towards this way, right? Going towards the stage. Then he makes a fucking left to go to the fucking dressing room. I said, fuck, why me, bro? So I turn off the camera again, and I'm just like, come on, when is he gonna come out, man? And this fucking DJ is just like, bro, oh, I'm not your baby. It's just I'm like, what the fuck? So he's just playing all this song. He's like, are you guys ready for the baby? Everybody say the baby, the baby, the baby, right? And like everybody's chanting, right? Then he just stops. He's like, okay, turn all the lights off in this bitch. I want everybody in the fucking audience to turn on their phone lights right now. And I was like, oh shit. It's happening. So I turn on the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is on. I'm like, okay, whew, I didn't miss it. So camera's pointed at the crowd. I was going to do this cool shot where there's like a bunch of lights in the crowd, and I just pan to him when he comes out, right? So I'm here, whew, and he still plays that stupid fucking tag, right? And I'm waiting. Bro, literally 3 minutes passed, and the baby's still on the fucking stage. Oh, so I'm like, oh my God, bro, what am I gonna do? I was like, let me thug it out, right? So I wait 3 more minutes, and boom, I do it, and he comes out, right? Because he talks to the mic. I didn't even see him. I didn't hear him. So I turned, and where he was supposed to come from, he wasn't fucking there. He was behind me. So I had to adapt and like get on him with the stage. But it was cool. Like he comes out. He has like 4 or 5 dancers just like twerking and like jumping and shit behind him. And it was there. It was cool.
Cool experience.
What about battery?
Yeah,
the battery?
About the battery?
So by the time he came out, I had like 10% left. 10%, and it was tough. So I had to like manage my battery and save it. I record a little bit, record some slow motion, go close to him, go off the stage, get a bunch of different shots.
Are you able to choose the shots that you want? Because like in this, all the shots are predetermined, and you're able to light it and everything. Like, so when you're just live shooting something.
So I feel like there's a difference, right? You have videography and you have cinematography, right? Cinematography is creating the perfect environment for a shot. Videography is finding a shot in an environment that you're in. And in doing that
well said.
And in doing that, like you find these lights and you kind of find in your head like
if he walks here, he'll be lit.
It's like cool. Where's the light coming from? Like if I get it from this angle, I might be able to do it. And not filmmaking, but a lot of music videos and just like kind of basic things like vlogs and shit that people do is more like that. They don't have the capacity or the equipment to light a specific thing, so you had to find it. You had to find it.
Fascinating.
And,
really
it's
fascinating.
it's really dope. But yeah, my camera died in the middle of it, but I just switched to my phone cinematic mode. It made it work. Yeah.
Cool experience.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
I mean,
experience.
I wasn't happy with it, but yeah.
Great story.
Yeah. But yeah, like, have you guys had any experiences with celebrities?
With baby?
Not the baby. But,
Well, that one time.
That one time. No, I haven't. I haven't really had any experiences like. Oh well. I guess no. I'm trying to think of like. Are you talking about like just live events?
Not live events, like a person that you would like to meet, like a celebrity or something that you.
To meet.
No. Yeah, like.
I do have someone who I would like to meet, but I have someone who I would like to talk to more. I mean, if I had an opportunity to invite someone
to this person and get $500,000, which one do you choose?
Jodie Comer. Of course, Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Right.
And I need to find a man. Do I?
You don't need to. I actually probably would have more men in mind.
Blake Lively.
More men.
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively.
Love her. Love her.
Yeah, just a lot of good women.
So question. Oh my God. That was.
It's okay.
Embarrassing.
It's okay.
But like, okay, let's say right now, right?
Like,
I just come up, disappear, and Blake Lively is right here.
Yeah.
I'd be unprepared.
What are you gonna ask her? What would you ask her? You have one chance. She has 10 minutes.
I don't like you putting me in this position.
Well, you have to.
I don't like you putting.
You don't dream about this?
I don't dream about this,
yeah,
actually.
no,
I don't.
don't.
Because as much as I respect other actors for what they've done, I think that each actor's craft is very much their own.
Right.
And that's really something I'm learning right now in this school where we have so many incredible teachers who know so many different forms, like, Stanislavski, all this different stuff. Me trying to do one of those things hasn't ever worked out. Like for me, I don't have the same process every time I do a scene. Every time I do something, it's its own thing. And if I were to ask another actor how they have worked on something, I would, my subconscious would take it as rule. And I would try to stick to it, and I'd feel bad if me doing that didn't work out. And I would think, oh, I'm a bad actor because what they did didn't work for me. So I don't know. I don't know what I would ask them.
I mean,
that was really long-winded. Sorry.
It's just do the whole explanation. Just be like, you know what? I don't fucking know. No, I think I get what you're saying. For me, like my brain works and always like trying to fix things. You feel me? Like that's why when I watch movies, I'm always trying to figure out how did they do this or how did they do that. Like like I feel like every time you're making something, you're running into problems, right? Sure. And for me, if I was in your position acting as actor, it would be like, you know what, I've had this problem doing this. Have you had that problem, and how did you overcome that?
Can I just throw out
You could
something
throw
there?
anything.
I feel that what I might say a lot of people might not like, especially like filmmakers. Yeah. Because you say, if I watch the movie and I don't know how they did it, I can ask and I can receive like explanation, instructions. Because I believe this stuff is more technical. I'm not saying it's not art. I believe it's great art. I'm saying it's just more technical. It's you cannot do something without knowing specific instructions. In acting, of course, you know, you can know techniques, but there is also something that you cannot learn. You can just practice and explore. And yeah, I love like watching interviews, like short, I don't know, whatever, with actors and hearing about their experiences. But I've never I don't remember myself ever like picking up something from there. Like
Me neither.
Like, you know, and be inspired by, oh, I'm gonna try that. Because no, I don't. I know what works for me, and I'm trying to explore what works for me. What they're saying sounds interesting, but I don't really know.
Let me add
how
to
it would
what you
work
just
with
said.
my face.
You know
I
how
agree
you
with you,
said
Dasha.
you're trying to find something that works for you, right? Like, again, the toolkit, right?
Yeah.
So asking them is not about like you're not trying to imitate what they did, right? But you know, if a problem does come up, you do have that in
But
your
that's
tool bag
what
to
I
try.
have my teachers here for, I guess,
You know?
because I feel
course.
like if I were to ask just a famous actor that I respect and liked their role in, they don't know what I'm bringing to the table.
Of course.
So they won't have an answer that's fitted to me, I guess. I don't know. It's so like personal, I guess, that it feels like if I were to ask them that. Jeremy Allen Strong is actually maybe the one actor that I've watched some of his interviews and I've gone, oh, okay. But it's when I think of that, I'm not going. I want to try.
The bear?
No, I'm thinking that's Jeremy Allen White, Jeremy Allen Strong, Succession.
Got it. Oh, Jeremy Strong.
Jeremy Strong, damn
Jeremy
it.
Strong.
Jeremy Strong.
Oh, Jeremy Strong.
Jeremy
love
Strong.
him.
Jeremy Strong.
Love
Yeah.
him.
He's I've watched his interviews and I haven't thought to myself, okay, I want to know his tips and tricks, but he has inspired me by finding his own way,
Yeah. Right.
where it's like I want to find my own way that I work,
Yeah.
so and share my passion that I have for my personal way, so that
course.
other people can feel that.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
I
interesting,
would
though.
like to disagree with Dasha. I feel like filmmaking, as much as is technical, like, bro, we all go to the same school, the same classes, but when you watch people's films, it's very different, you know?
Of course.
Especially with the technicals, you know? We all learn the same things, but it's like how we kind of take it and, like, apply it in the spot is very different. Like, for example, cinematography, right? You would think it's very technical, but it's very creative. Like, wherever
I think it's very
think
creative.
it's
it's
very
very
creative.
it's
I think
very
it's very
creative. It's like, bro, like you have the huge equipment and lights and all of this shit, but they can't be in the shot. How do you light without doing that? You know, especially in New York City with these small, tiny apartments, fucking fiddle fucking floors and shit. You know, you have to be creative about it, and that's what I think we could all relate to. We're in a creative kind of industry, and we all had to kind of take our techniques and everything.
I
Totally.
agree. Yeah.
I
Take
agree.
that
I guess the
creativity.
reason that I don't think either of you are wrong. The reason that the filmmaking side does feel more technical is it's like, okay, if you are the cinematographer and you're setting up a shot, you're paying attention to the same, I guess, I don't want to say set of rules, but like foreground, background, rule of thirds, those are all the things that every time you set up a shot, I'm guessing are running through your mind, where the shadows are, where the lighting is. It's like you're making sure you want to hit those points. When it comes to a role, yeah, I need to make sure I'm hitting, I guess, physicality,
Still,
vocal.
But it's like
Yeah.
Although I
you
need to
have
be
those-
aware. I think you're
That's
right.
actually-
Yeah, like
it's hard
because
to explain the difference.
like you still have to hit those points, but it's like, how do you hit those points?
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you that's
Yeah.
that's
Totally.
the
So like
creativity
for me,
about
I
it.
guess, yeah, for an actor, like I got to make sure that I'm projecting, I have to make sure that I'm projecting and speaking clearly and you can understand my words, but maybe there's a rule where my words are kind of slurred, or like Jalen having an accent.
Exactly.
How do you abide by the thing?
How do you get there? What works for you to get there? That's
Yeah.
It feels technical because you had all these
Yeah.
exactly.
doohickeys. You
I
got
know,
all
like,
these little.
That's what
You gotta think.
that's the only thing maybe that's stuck in my mind, and that's what I meant by saying technical.
Yeah.
And I just want to repeat my words. I still believe it's the same
Amount of
art.
artistic.
Yeah, it's artistic,
it's
creative.
different approaches.
Different approaches, technical, because if you teach me how to work with camera, I know that I will be able to do, and I know that I will be able to create whatever I want. But for now, it's just, I don't know. For now, it seems for me.
It seems technical.
It seems technical. You know what I mean?
No, of course. I mean, like watching it. Have you ever heard the saying that things feel like magic until you know the science of it?
Yeah, that's the movie magic has been deconstructed for me because now I know.
Yeah, it's like now you know. So it's like for you, like it feels so technical. It feels like magic because you don't know what goes behind it. And same for you. Like I'm not an actor, you know. I've heard about the techniques and like listened in, but I'm not an actor. You know, like I can't do the same thing you guys can do. But I can make you guys look good doing it. You know, like, you know, and
that's why you're here, Alan.
Yeah, that's what I felt interesting about us.
Cool.
So I heard from a little birdie that Dasha wants to produce.
Well, I think I'm
Me
already...
too.
Well,
Not as much though.
I think that's what I'm exactly doing right now
Right.
with the podcast.
Yes.
Right.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Have you got any gray hairs yet? Lost any hair?
I'm trying. There is a mic that I need to talk to. So,
That's funny.
yeah, I'm trying to produce.
Yeah.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Tell
by
me about the
way. I really
experience.
have
Tell me
to-
about the experience. You know.
I'm telling you about my experience right
Yeah.
now.
Tell me about your experience producing.
Wow, something new. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Let me hear.
Well, the biggest issue for now, I guess, is just time that it takes. And it feels like I know a lot of different, like, a lot of things, and now I'm learning how to combine them and how to make them work. But at the same time, I would never produce something if I didn't have, like, a good team. And it's just, that's why I'm very grateful all the time for people that I have around and people who are doing this. No, honestly.
Clap for the team. Facts.
For the team.
Yeah, I produce too, and tell me about it. I always get nightmares about the calls, the texts that always hit your phone where you just want to chill, you know?
Yeah, but at the same time, if I'm taking the responsibility, I was aware of where I'm going to, and
Right.
I already had like some experience of doing something like that in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So I love people. I love talking to people.
Right.
I just love
You're
what I'm doing.
You're extrovert. So let me ask you, because I don't only produce like the films in school. Like I produce like setting up music videos or like a lot of things. You know, I produce. So I always have like producing. Like I said, like I like to try and find something and like fix it. Like my brain is always trying to fix something. I feel like producing. That's what you're doing. You're trying to find a solution to something.
Absolutely.
You know,
From
all the time.
my small understanding of producing, it's like, it's not like it's
problem solver.
necessarily like a crazy difficult thing, but you have so many thoughts and you have so many things that you need to make fit into this puzzle.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to be the person that makes sure it's all coming in there. And it's so many little things that
So many little.
I gotta tell you, Dasha, you need balls to do it. Like you need balls to be a producer. Like seriously, because like you have so much pressure on you. If some shit goes,
it's on you for not having.
If some shit goes wrong, like as much as somebody else, it trickles back to you. You know, because you're the one who's supposed to solve and make everything as
cohesive
easy as possible for everything to go right. You know.
That's exactly why I have people who are doing it with me and who like Ella, like we're killing it together, and and it's a great. Last episode, I was saying that if I have an opportunity to learn with students and to explore our journey together, why not do it? And like Ella and people are in our crew, and you, our crew and supporter, I feel in a safe space. I feel like if something goes wrong, yes, I am responsible for that. Yes, I did something that should not have happened. But at the same time, I'm here to make mistakes. I'm here to like progress and grow.
How do you get better at something without failing at it a couple times?
Right. I mean, topic is a bit technical right now. Let me ask you a question. This is something Amit would have, put in here. This is safe space. Tell us your deepest, darkest secrets. Not that, but like something that you've not told anybody that you feel a little bit comfortable telling, but like, something you've not told anybody, like
in related to
yeah,
life,
like maybe
to film,
like to anything. Like maybe you've killed somebody, or maybe you accidentally stole that one thing.
Oh,
or
that's
like,
how you want to close? Tell us our dirty stuff.
the deepest, darkest secrets.
I am from Ukraine.
I'll tell you. You're from Ukraine.
I don't think I have that many deep, dark secrets.
No, I mean, it could be simple. It could be like in 3rd grade, I stole this person's pencil and I still have it to this day. Like,
okay.
or something like that. Oh, shit. What is it? This is a safe space.
I'm trying to think of one. Do you have one for me that
I haven't. It's not dark. It's sad.
Oh yeah, mine's probably gonna be sad too.
It could
Mine
be a
is
movie.
very sad.
What is it? This is a safe space.
Well, I'm creating podcasts. Like I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I said it actually before today because I think I feel a lot of emptiness inside, and I feel very, very lonely. So to avoid it. In case to avoid it. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be like, there is nothing bad happening in my life. I'm extremely happy person. I'm grateful for everything that I have. But at the same time, I do feel like I don't have a home to come back. Like I don't have people around me.
Right.
So I'm putting like a lot of work on myself to
distract yourself.
all the time.
Yeah.
That.
That's my dark secret.
That's your dark.
All
What's
right,
your dark
I have
secret,
a dark
Ella?
secret. Most of these books on my bookshelf here,
Fake.
I have not read. I've read maybe 10 pages of all of those books. I don't really.
Bro.
I like to buy books. I like a full bookshelf. I think
full
it's aesthetically
bookshelf?
pleasing. Yeah, that's my deep dark secret. Is I like to say that I'm a reader, and I do read. I do. But
Yeah, you're very well spoken person.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I haven't read all of those books. So there you go. What's your deep dark secret, Alan?
It's not like a deep dark secret, but for my parents it is. So I might as well tell you. It's not anything crazy. So if you know me, you see this big ass tattoo on my leg.
Yeah.
Do you know where my parents from? Africa, Ghana. So they've not seen it yet, and I'm gonna see them in 1 week.
And they're gonna see.
We're gonna see how it goes. Like we're gonna see how it goes. It's cool.
I wish you luck.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a video.
Yeah, please do the reaction vid.
The
Cool.
reaction vid. I might not come back here.
Cool. Oh shit.
Nah, fucking with you. Well, look, yo, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Should we last few questions?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just kind of casual, wrap everything up and everything.
5 minutes questions, sure.
Yeah. What was your top song and your top artist on Spotify Wrapped?
2 years in a row, my top song is "Wicked Game" by Chris Isaac. The world
Nice.
was on fire. This one.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And top artist?
Top artist, Radiohead.
Duh.
Radiohead.
Radiohead.
I gotta see that top
my top
artist.
song is really embarrassing.
What is it?
Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo.
Right.
And my top artist was SZA, which is fine. But I
SZA
don't.
is.
She's great. She's beautiful. I love her music.
Yeah.
I just really the Olivia Rodrigo thing. Listen, it's a good song. I didn't like it at first, and it's I've re-listened to it probably 50 times now, according to my Spotify Wrapped or Apple Music Wrapped. So
Yeah, my top artist is Burna Boy. I don't know if you guys know Burna Boy.
I do, yeah.
But yeah.
Same with Kirk though.
Kirk, come on, bro. Burna Boy's from Africa, not fucking the Bahamas. Come on, but yeah, it's Burna Boy. I'm proud of that. My third favorite was Drake. Not too proud of that. Yeah, Drake is cool, but like, bro. It's like, bro.
The memes
like,
that have come out
had
about
to be
Drake this year
Drake.
are really funny.
Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, cool. If you could invent a new holiday, what would it be?
Holy fucking
Yeah.
shit.
My birthday. Worldwide.
Wow,
Great
my
answer.
Birthday?
It's a great answer.
It's gonna be like St. Patrick's Day, but just like tequila shots. Yeah. Just tequila.
Instead of like Yegor or Guinness, just
Yeah,
tequila.
just
Okay,
tequila.
heard.
Yeah.
What about
Heard.
you?
I think everybody be excited.
One
and fun.
day that's like a holiday that is for like sleeping. Like you should just
Wow.
have you have a day where no one has to do anything or go
The
anywhere.
day after Thanksgiving.
That should be that day, absolutely.
After you eat, just sleep.
After my birthday.
After your birthday,
Just-
right?
Actually, before. So no
When
one
is your
has
when
to-
is your birthday?
January 25.
Aquarius.
Nice.
She's
What are we doing? Where are we going?
I'll talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Vegas,
Okay.
baby.
What's the next question?
If you could switch bodies with someone, who would it be?
Oh shit, that's a question.
I don't know. Who's like a really, really, really tall person? Like one of those like 6'7" dudes.
Shaki.
So you see like Lysis.
I would want to see what
There's
it's
this
like
new
to be tall
French
like
person that is in the NBA. I think he's like 7'2"
This
or
French
7'3".
dude in the NBA.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Because imagine just your whole view of everyone is like you look down at everyone. Everyone has to look up at you.
No, like have you ever have you ever bumped your head in a door before?
No.
Oh.
Maybe a
World is
seagull.
built for people my
Seagull.
size. A seagull? Oh, that's a great. I didn't even. Damn it! I didn't even
Fly?
think about.
To fly? That'd be dope. I'm gonna steal that.
Good answer.
Like not a seagull, but like a big bird. I don't know what it'll be. But
Big bird.
Chicken.
Okay, I'm
Does
changing my
not
answer
fly.
again.
Do
though.
chickens
Some
fly?
deep sea creature. Some
Yeah, I
deep
was
sea
thinking
creature
Oh.
that we
deep sea, but
haven't
no.
like.
bro, the
Found
bottom
it.
of the ocean is scary as fuck.
I think it's pretty cool.
The whale. Oh, I could be the whale.
The whale.
Okay, beautiful. All right.
All right, great.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
for sure.
Thank you.
Do you want
Love you.
to what?
Love
You want
you.
to promote yourself?
Promote myself,
Yeah.
bro. You already know my Instagram,
Check out his
Alan.
interview in our Instagram.
Alan the DV. What the interview?
You'll know it. You'll see.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
just
check it out.
Just
Alright,
check it
alright.
out. It's
I'll
there.
check it
Thank
out.
you for tuning in,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Reminder, give us money if you haven't, pretty please. Thank you.
Yeah, come to me. Listen. Let me tell you something, bro. Every day, everybody has a budget for everything. You feel me? I spend about maybe $15 to $20 in this expensive ass city, bro. Right? Getting fat, right? So, for one day, instead of getting fat, you could just donate to the podcast.
Yeah!
Give us some money.
Let's clap together
Alright,
as we
cool.
usually do. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, that was perfect.
Cut.
Woo!